All right, y'all. Last one of the year, last month of the year. 101 with the Supervillain series. Thank you, everybody who's been around for this whole year. It has been an amazing 2021 doing these. And it's really fucking weird to say 2021 is over. Almost over. Like, I'm recording this on December 7th. Bruh, I'm 3 weeks, the year's over with. That fast. We'll talk about it. Let's just get into it. I'm talking to the homie from the crib, Mr. Chauncey Woodson. What up, sir?
What's going on, brother? What's good, Supervillain Squad?
Man, listen, like I said, this shit is crazy. This year is over with practically. Like, it's done. Like, yo, it's still to me, it feels like just yesterday or a couple weeks ago, I just moved into my place. And like, granted, that was in May, but now we're in December looking at Christmas and moving forward from there. And it's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, tell me about it. Same here, man. It felt like just back in July, I moved back in my own kind of place, escaped from the hell that was the ex-roommate. And then
Hey, this was a year of escaping from hell roommates. All right.
Yep, you know. And funny part is at the gig today, one of mutual friends had asked, he called himself asking about me. I was like, fool, want to find out what's up? You know my number. I don't need to go through no second, third person BS. You know?
Yeah, if you know how to get in touch with me, get in touch with me. Yo, be a grown, be a man.
Right.
Be grown.
Right, exactly. So I was like, yeah, whatever about that. But, kind of back to what you was going to say. I know more than anybody about the ups and downs of this year with the roller coaster I've had. So
yeah, man,
you already know, rest of the squad know. So in hindsight, yeah, I got hit a couple times pretty hard, but I'm getting better and I'm bouncing back and I'm pushing forward, especially like my pops want to, and I'm looking forward to doing some damn things in 2022 harder than ever.
That's all you can do, though.
Yeah.
That's in all actuality, that's all you can do is move forward and push forward and loss is something unfortunately we all will experience, whether it's extremely close, nearly close, distant, et cetera, et cetera. And we all say that person would want us to move on. And we can only go off of that based off what we've seen that person do when they're in the situation. You know what I mean? Like when you see how a family member handles loss and then how you would think they would handle loss if they're gone, et cetera, et cetera. So I understand that, man. Like, I may not have lost my father this year, or parent, unfortunately, but lost one of my good friends who I had just seen. Like, everybody knows that hit me hard because it was like, excuse me, what? Like, and so I understand, bro. And now, it's how we move forward. And me right now moving forward and trying to sell this, it's really sucks that I got to sell a fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, I do feel for you on that. And quiet as kept. If rent wasn't due Friday, I would have jumped on it.
Bro, like, I just was like, yo, I'm getting like, everybody was like, yo, you really got to get rid of. I was like, bruh, like, I have responsibilities and bills.
Yeah.
Like, I have to, like, trust me, the last thing I want to do is sit there and send this bitch right back out with another labels or somebody else's address on it.
Right.
It's the last thing I want to do. But unfortunately, like, people who know, when I lost one of my freelance gigs, you got to start. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
We're adults. I can't sit there and cry or whine per se that I don't have the funds. I have to do what is necessary to make sure I have a roof over my head and all this. And so if that means that the luxury item that I thought I was going to have has to be sold to someone else, then so be it.
Yeah, I totally feel you on that, because like right now I'm looking at some stuff like it's some cameras I've been meaning to use that I may have to end up letting go or whatever, just because I'm not really using them like that right now.
Right.
Plus the fact, like, when we had the 35th anniversary Transformers panel with Oz and Cochise and them, it's like, as badly as I wouldn't mind collecting some again, it's like I gotta take care of what I need to take care of first before I try.
Let me tell you something. I was at LA Comic Con this weekend. It's the first Comic Con I've been back to since all this shit's gone down.
Right.
And the only thing on my mind, I was like, I want is two things. Well, two things, not the only things, two things.
Right.
I said I want a Predaking and I want a Mazinger Z.
Okay.
My Mazinger more than anything, because for me, Mazinger is a thing I had with my dad. My dad introduced me to him when he was Translor Z, the Americanized version.
Right.
And so I saw one booth, and like this dude had all old school toys. Like this nigga had the Centurions, and I was like, "What, bro? Your face was mine." And they were going for like $350 a pop, and I was like, "You know what? I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad.
No, you can't.
I can't even, you know." So I saw like he had Jake, what the fuck was his name?
Jake Rockwell,
Ace McCloud, and Max. He had all three of them.
Damn.
He had the yellow, blue, and green one. He had Max, Jake, and Ace. I said, at $350 a piece, I was like, it checks. Because the thing is, those are like so for me, if I get Mazinger, because I bring it up because he had the hovercraft. So I saw the hovercraft. I was like, I know what this is. I said, yo, where's Mazinger? I was like, you have the hovercraft. He was like, I just sold it. I only had two. And I was like, fuck. Now, I wasn't going to just buy the hovercraft because nobody's going to understand what the hovercraft is for unless you understand what that is. But that's something you take from me. I'm taking out the box. The Jake, Ace, and Max, them niggas is staying in the packaging.
Right.
Because those three are collectibles.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Bro, he had a Visionaries toy. I said, what?
And see, that what tripped me out is like, yeah, there's like other spots like NECA and Super 7 that's bringing out like, you know, more modernized versions of the stuff we grew up with, but it ain't nothing like some of the original stuff that we had. And like,
dude, people don't get that.
Right.
People don't get that at all. Like, you know, people don't think that there's certain things that brought back. This is an updated version, but like, just like people have their classics, what will be their classics now, we have our classics from back then.
Right.
And so, man, bro, let me find a fucking man. You know what? While I'm on here with you, we're gonna do this together as a family. I'm finna go on Amazon on the phone to see if I can find. Let me see. And if they say the price that I think, I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Let's see. Centurions. The DVDs, no, the action figures. Nope. That is nope. Man and Machine Power. Nope. It keeps giving me no. Centurion
DVDs only.
No, it's giving me Iron Man shit. And I'm like, that's not what I want.
Right.
That's not what I want. Like, I want the toys.
Right.
Action figure. Like, I said the toys. Action. We'll action figure.
Well, we know what it means to us, so hey, it don't matter.
Yeah, so I can't even find them on Amazon.
Oh, damn.
I can't, bro. That's crazy. Like, I was telling Alberto, I don't know if you saw the other one. I showed him the website where you can watch you can watch cartoons online.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's a website where you can watch. There's a Mazinger Z Solar Joker action figure. See, here's the thing about Mazinger. There's so many of them. Like, I didn't know how big it was. Like, there is so many Mazinger Z's. Like, there's Mazinger, Grand Mazinger, all this other shit. And I'm like, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, because I remember, what was that? Sometime last week, I was looking through TF Source, where, like, all the Transformers stuff was at.
Yeah.
Saw Mazinger Z, but it was like a Mazinger Z Devilman hybrid type figure.
See, it
did look nice. I was like, damn.
Because, like, the ones I keep seeing, like, oh my God. Okay. Okay. Okay, so sorry, I just see one that's like $135,
Oh,
and he has the hovercraft that comes out. He
mm.
has Scrambler, his wing set.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Okay. Nope. I will not do this because I will about this nigga. Like I'll be the restaurant that bought this.
Man.
Because for me, because Monsignor for me is like I said, there's a sentimental value of it. My
Right.
father knew it was my dad knew it was that's my favorite cartoon when I was a kid.
Mm.
And so the day my dad died, he called me from work. He was working at the same job my mom was working. My mom was on maternity leave because she
Right.
was a month away from giving birth to my brother.
Mm.
My dad called me and was like, "This is Trenzor Z," and I was like, "No, it's not. It's you, Dad." And I knew it was him. Blah blah blah.
Right.
He was coming to see me, and he died on the platform on the L platform, coming to see me.
Oh.
So I remember that is something that is etched in my skull.
Mm.
And so, again, that is the sentimental value of Mazinger for me, where it's like it's a reminder of my dad,
Mm.
and so my brother never met our father.
Oh wow.
My brother never met our father. Like my father died a month before my brother was born.
Mm.
So my brother has, it was never like our dad didn't want to be there. Our dad literally died of a
Right.
diabetic heart attack. And so my brother never met him.
Mm.
And so, one of the things I always, even as a grown man now, I feel for my brother because he never even had that taste of an experience yet. My dad died when I was 4 going on 5. And my brother never got to even see our father.
Mm.
So, for me, that's a sentimental thing. Like, I always try to have something to this day still with my kids. Like my son, I almost did when my son was little. My son, again, kids change, as you know, with nephews,
Of
nieces,
course.
and cousins. They change consistently things they love. My son used to love Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Mm.
And I was going to get a tattoo of Blue Guard Q Kazoo, because
Right.
my son loved blue. But
Mm.
I was like, if I get this tattoo of blue and this little nigga doesn't care about Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends no more, and people gonna look at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, my black ass hit this chord that I'm trying to. I don't know what it is about these chords. I don't know what it is about these chords. They're so damn finicky.
Right.
So, but I was like, man, I'm gonna get this goddamn blue, and my son ain't gonna like this shit no more, and I'm gonna be feeling real mad about myself in life. I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah.
Again, like I can see if I was white and had an acid trip and got an Adventure Time figure, because
Mhm.
or cartoon tattoo, because they say that's the whole thing with Adventure Time. It's like an acid trip.
Right.
So, but yeah, other than that, I digress. How's everything going for you, man?
Man, everything cool. Well, I don't want to say cool right now because it was when I woke up this morning, it was freaking 12 degrees. I was like, I'll be damned. But I know it's only a matter of time for Siberia to strike. And
I
I'm
think
just
it's
waiting.
December 7th. Like
Right.
it
I'm
could
just
have
waiting.
already happened. Let's just be real.
No, I know. I'm just waiting for the white stuff to hit so I can hallucinate and start seeing Mr. Freeze and Sub Zero play freeze tag and shit out here.
With
The Night
Elsa out
King
there
come
at the
out.
referee.
Right. Night King come out and jump and whatever, make it a triple threat match and jump.
That's funny.
Man. But no, everything's square. Like I said, I'm getting better emotionally and spiritually and stuff like that. Work was a little bit of pain in the ass yesterday, but got over it. It comes with the grips. Um, you know, just been cooling out, man. And one thing that has really been constant, especially with this year, I know when people say family is everything, some people will say it with heart and meaning. Some people just say it because it's like the somewhat anything to do, but it's meant a lot to me this year, especially because between everything I went through, from the moving stuff to when my car got stolen, and to the loss of my father, it's like everybody showed up family wise when necessary. I mean, everybody checked up, everybody had my back on everything when I needed it, and it's like this is a wonderful thing. Now, granted, there's a relative or two, and I'm sure everybody got this in their family. There's a relative or two that I ain't gonna say necessarily can't stand, but you can't really tolerate per se because of how they are and how they act.
Mm-hmm.
They have their own little personal entitlement issues and stuff like that. But
Of course,
at the end of the day, the ones who really put themselves out there to make sure I'm good, I'm more than grateful for them. I'll be forever indebted to them. So
good, man. I'm glad to hear that, bro.
yeah.
I mean,
But,
that's the thing. You want those people in your corner, especially
yeah.
again. We the discussion is always about family. So go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Right. No, I was gonna say in addition to the fact, not so much on the immediate side, but the extended side, whether it's been, some of my closest best friends from high school and college, or whether it's like, bros like yourself, Eyes Green from Double Toasters, who I'm still, interact with from time to time, Coaches, Corey Green, cats like y'all, especially with doing stuff like this, has, held me up in the best way possible. And I couldn't be any more grateful, man. I mean,
what you're not gonna do is gonna get me crying on this screen.
No, you're not. I ain't
I'm letting you know that right the fuck now.
I know you ain't. But I will say for you, sir, I was hella happy from what I seen from you the other day, man. You got to chop it up with living legends like Phil Lamar, John Glover, and of course, a man we ain't talked about time again, you and me, Mr. Keith David.
Yo, so here's the thing. I'm gonna say it consistently.
Yes, sir.
I told that man on camera. I said, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. So first of all, I didn't expect, I didn't know whoever. I just knew I was doing interviews. I didn't know who, when, whatever.
Right.
So I didn't have my schedule for Sunday. I just knew I had to come in. I was supposed to do one or two because I was like, man, I got to be home. I got to do some auditions, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, originally, I got to be out of here about 2. That's what I told them. I was like, I got to be out kind of early. So they were like, yo, we might have Keith David at 3:00. Can you stay? Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, I said, I bullshit y'all not. Right. Any and everyone who knows me knows I've written a pilot, and everybody's always said, who would play your dad? And I've said from jump, Keith David. I've never strayed from that. It's been Keith David. Nigga, I told him on camera. I said, yo, I'm just gonna say this. Like everyone, I said, like I told you. He was like, you know what? Okay. He said, you get it going, let me know. I said, I'm dead ass serious. I was like, I don't say this lightly. I said, literally, everyone who knows me knows for a fact that I've stated, you're the man I want to play my father in a sitcom. As a young black actor, et cetera, everything you've done. Like, I just, that energy and everything, because you've been across all genres.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So I was like, we got that on camera. And then I said it to him again off air. I said, yo, I'm dead serious. I said, I'm working. I got it sent to some production companies right now. He said, let me know when you get it set. Man, listen. I said, from your mouth to God. I said to him, to his face, from your mouth to God's ears.
Oh, man.
Dog, because again, I told him, the thing I told him and Phil Lamar.
Yeah.
I said, y'all both, I said, you've been a part of my entire life growing up.
For sure.
Keith David from watching Platoon, The Thing, you were Goliath in Gargoyles.
Yes.
You were in a cartoon that really wasn't a kid's cartoon. Nope. There's something about Mary to Massive, all these different things. You've been a part of my life. Phil Lamar, bro, from the UBS man in Mad TV, Static Shock, all of what, dog, you've been a part. I told him, I was like, yo, you were Marv getting shot in the face in Pulp Fiction. Yeah. You've been a part of my life and everything I've ingested for years. I said, so please, I had to tell Keith David was the one person I said, you got to excuse me if I fan out a little, because this is something bigger than just talking to an icon in this game.
Yes, sir.
Talking to somebody who has transcended what should be allowed for us as black men to be able to do in this industry. And of course I asked them both, I asked him and Phil Lamar, which genre do you like the most? And he was like, yo, work. And I was like, you know what? I can't even be mad at it.
I can't be mad at me.
I can't be mad at it. And I told him, I was like, I asked Keith David, I was like, yo, you did I said, you stepped into into an iconic role that was left by the late Clarence Williams III. In to you Tales from the Hood too. Like so here's how dope it was. I was pulling out shit in resumes that most people don't bring up for them.
Right.
So they'd be like, damn. When I talked to John Glover, 52 Pickup, I watched it once. Of course, everybody wants to talk about him being Lionel Luther. Cool, whatever. Right. You're the Riddler. He even talks about how he just thought they thought him, Kevin Conroy, all them, they just thought they were making a cartoon.
Right.
They didn't know Batman the Animated Series was that fucking dark.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but damn that. I said, man, let me tell you something. You will still be Daniel Clamp from Gremlins 2.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yes.
Because I said it on camera for the first time. Too many people know now. My nickname from my aunt for me is Gizmo. I said, so you will always be a part of my life as regards to that.
For sure.
And again, he was shocked because a lot of people don't remember him being Daniel Clamp.
I remember. Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? So
no, I get what you're saying though.
When I talked to talking to him, talking to who else was I talking to? Because I got to pull up. Let me look at these pictures real quick. Because it was just like, what the fuck? Dog, I literally spent up on Sunday. Was like, yo, what is my life? Like, what is my life? Talking to Josh Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting Josh's last name because my buddy's name is Josh Nasser, and I keep thinking it's right. But he was Spider-Man on the CW.
Yep.
You were Shiro just recently in Voltron with the original version who they took Sven from, and they was like, yo, we're going to go back to Shiro. Nigga, you were Steve Rogers in What If?
Yep.
What is my life?
You know what I mean?
I talked to the dude who played Butch in Gotham.
Yeah, I saw that page too.
We started out talking for 20 minutes before we started filming because I found out he's from right outside of Indy.
Oh, okay.
He's originally from right outside of Indy. And I said, let me tell you, he's like, I know. He's like, I'm like a 2 X's off 65. I said, let me tell you how I know about going to Indy. My son's in Indy. I said, but I know about that one stop, Brownsburg and Whitestone, which you never catch me going from. He was like, man. So we had that bond. Talk to the dude who's the new voice of Cleveland on Family Guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I talked to him. I talked to, like I said, Phil Lamar. It was like all these people I was talking to. It was just like, what the fuck is my life? Let me see. I talked to him. Talked to Jim Starlin. I was like, yo, I that was the Saturday because I knew. So Starlin was the one guy I knew I was talking to. He was the only interview I knew for a fact I was doing.
Okay.
And because I knew I was talking to Starlin, I wore my Mad Titan t-shirt. I was like, yo, you're the reason I have him, that we have him as a character. And I asked, where did he come from? How did, he was like from a philosophy class. A lot of people don't know that. From Light and Dark in a philosophy class. Death was just a regular dude. He just drew it and he just said, I'm going to do something smart and gave him breast. What is my life, bro?
That's wild, man. That is wild indeed. Man, because like at this point right now, whether I do 1 or if not 2 days this coming weekend for C2E2, I just got the word that Giancarlo Esposito is supposed to be there Saturday and Sunday. So I'm like, if I debate about either going on Friday or Sunday, if I go Sunday, best damn believe I got to meet Giancarlo Esposito.
I want to meet him. I didn't get a chance. I probably could have because the 2 people that did his panels are both friends of mine. Okay. So I would have been able to go back there and backstage because where we were doing the interviews for that hashtag show, was right by the main stage. So it was right there.
Oh, okay.
So I could have just went back there because I had an industry pass, right?
Right.
I also could have went back there and I was like, yo, let me introduce him. Because all I would have wanted to do, I'm going to tell you why I want to meet Giancarlo Esposito. For one reason, because they have, this whole 6 degrees of separation, blah, 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 blah. Right. We're only 1 degree separated. You know why, right?
Spike.
That's exactly why. You know why though, right?
You were in Chirac and he did School Days,
That's exactly. I said to him, to me, because I want to tell him to me is I love all of your work, all of it, but you will forever be Dean Big Brother Almighty to me.
Yep.
You will forever be Dean Big Brother Almighty to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so Like he's a cool dude. Like I said, he helped my boy Jonathan propose to his girlfriend
Oh,
on stage. So like he's super. I met Mingna a couple of years back at C2E2.
Okay.
So I got to meet her because I know her agent. Her agent is my homeboy. And so it's literally right while they're on stage, I'm about to interview Keith David. So I'm like, fuck. Because I could have went back there and talked to Mingna for a minute. Like I wasn't trying to do no extra interview with her just to talk to her. He was like, yeah, we can't do extra interviews because of Star Wars. I said, I get it, bro. I just wanted to say what's up. He was like, yeah, I know. Because again, I'm that dude that's like, I don't give a fuck about these interviews. Just let me say hi. But I'll tell you what pissed me off, bro. I'll tell you this. They did an Arrow panel, okay? So that hashtag show was the digital media provider for all of LA Comic-Con, right?
Okay.
Deal, everything. They were that hashtag show. One of the producers was supposed to be able to set up who got the panels, right? He said, "What panel do you want?" And I looked and I said, "Give me the Arrow panel."
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, because you watch the DC shows." I said, "Beyond that," I said, "This is on." Listen to who was on the panel: Neil McDonough, King Cassidy, Katie Lotz, Katrina Law.
Right.
I said, "Give me the panel." He was like, "Why?" I said, "2 of them are actual friends of mine.
Yep.
I've been to one's house numerous fucking times. I know Katrina and Katie Lotz."
Right.
I was like, "Yo, I already did a panel with Katie Lotz in Salt Lake City, made a break."
Yeah, I remember that with you, her, and Brandon Routh.
Right. So one of the programmers for LA Comic-Con was like, "Oh, they picked their own people to do the panel, so you didn't get the panel." I said, "Okay, whatever." So I said, "Whoever gets this panel better be dope." They gave it to this chick named London Johnson.
Okay.
Black woman. Don't ever want to hate on a sister. You're working, you're working. But if you're gonna do a panel about a superhero show or any type of property, you need to know about it.
And that's always been one of my biggest things. Is like you just said, go ahead, get your money, get your pub, but know what the hell you're doing or who you're talking about and what you're talking about.
We're past the whole, how does it feel being a part of the DC CW world? We're past that. When this bitch asked the question and started out by saying, "I know the show is coming to an end. How do you all feel about that?" Bitch, Arrow's been done for over 2 years.
Yeah. See?
Gets worse. Gets worse. Again, pardon me, y'all. I was very upset. Gets worse. Candace Patton comes out as a surprise.
Oh my God.
If Candace is coming out to that Arrow panel, there is a reason. Tell me why. Not once does she mention the Armageddon crossover. Not once. I know Neil McDonough has been announced. I think he's coming back in one of the episodes, if I'm not mistaken. Katie Lotz is still with Legends.
Yeah, she's still with Legends tomorrow. Yeah.
Give these people what they want.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about this crossover? Because this is y'all big crossover this year. Instead of, it's coming through one show.
Right. Yeah, that's some bullshit. I'm surprised nobody from the audience called her out.
I was like, and they only gave it to her because supposedly she does a podcast on Batman Beyond or something like that. But my thing is this: yeah, you gave her the Batman Beyond panel. That's fine. That doesn't mean she knows all these other DC properties. Nigga, I know about Thanos. I know a little bit about certain characters. You can't give me a Punisher panel because I don't know everything about Frank Castle.
Nope.
I won't lie and say I do. I know for a fact Frank got the title of Captain America, and everybody was like, "How?"
Right.
But I can't go that in depth. But
I feel what you're saying.
But I can go in depth on shows where not only am I friends with some of the cast members, I've also been to one of the creators' houses and was one of the very few people who saw Ezra Miller as the Flash before the world saw it. I was upset. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. But God works in mysterious ways because right after that, okay, you don't get this. Guess what I do get? I get Keith David. And I was like, all right. I get Keith David. So I'm like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But when I tell you, bro, I was hit. They saw it on my face. It was like, Jay is mad. And I was like, yeah, because I can tell you have not even watched this. You're never supposed to do a panel of something you haven't watched.
That's a big time no now.
I tweeted that. I said, yo, people should not moderate panels to shows or movies they have never seen. Because I know you've never seen it. Because I talked about one time, I'm sorry, real quick. I talked one time with Katie Lotz about the LGBT inclusion of how Sarah Lance's character, because Katie, I think she might be bi, but in general, she's been with dudes.
Right.
But the character was openly like this.
Right.
Katrina is married to a nigga. Bro, I text Katrina's husband while they were doing the panel. I said, yo, Keith. I text him, I said, yo, are you here with this is how close I am with them, y'all. And I'm looking at the camera. So and Chauncey, just the same time. I text Katrina Law's husband and said, yo, are you here with Kat? Didn't say Katrina.
Right.
That's how cool I am. You here with Kat? He was like, nah. And then I realized he was watching the Oklahoma game, and I was like, that tracks. He's from Oklahoma, and he's a diehard OU fan. I was like, that tracks. I said he's home with Kinley, probably. That tracks.
Right.
But man,
that's wild, man.
So that is what it is, bro. But yeah, so I'm not gonna make it this weekend. You know, it was either that come home, do C2E2, or also I'm going to Vegas for the first time. So I finally got getting drug out to Vegas, and it'll be a break from work finally.
Right.
You know, so
no, that's cool. And I was gonna say, quiet as kept. If I even make it one day, I'll do either Friday or Sunday. If not, it's the 2022 one going to be in August, which will be better because it's going to be warmer.
Summertime shy?
Yeah, no. You know.
Make birthday plans around that bitch. Don't play no games.
No, sir.
What's the date? What's the dates of it?
I want to say August 6th through 8th. I have to look back and see because I know I sent you something on.
Yeah, you sent it to me. I just didn't see the dates. I knew you sent it. I knew that's what it was. I'm gonna figure out about that. But yeah, it's like, you know, I'll come out for that one. And plus, I already was, even from jump when they finally had announced, because I knew everybody's been like, why are they doing Comic-Cons with this Omicron variant? I was like, you don't get it. They scheduled this shit in the beginning of the year thinking we'd have this shit under control.
Right.
So that's why all these Comic-Cons were happening at the end of the year. So when I heard it was December, I said, no. Somebody was like, what do you mean? I said, I'm from Chicago. I know what Chicago in December is. Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
I said, this may sound messed up me saying, you would literally have to pay me to go home for that one.
Yeah.
Because I know that in any given moment, it could be 70 degrees one day early December. And by the nighttime, you in real winter.
Oh, yeah. It'll be dropping 20, 30 in a heartbeat.
And people don't understand that. People think you playing games and joking. I'm like, nah, this shit get real. And so, again, I ain't saying I'm against cold weather. I've come home. I was home, you know, this past winter when there was nothing to do. But there's a different story. There was I would rather, you know, am I going to just sit at home and look at the beautiful skies outside in Los Angeles? Or I can go out there, hang out at a friend or two's house, just get away from everything. Plus, I got to get away from my roommate at the time.
Right, exactly.
Bro, but now I get to go to Vegas, and we don't know what will happen.
Well, we already know how the old saying goes. So, hey, whatever you do, just don't make it into no real life hangover. Where Winston, you got to look for Winston or somebody from Winston's crew.
Well, Winston got to look for me.
Right.
Fuck you mean? Like, I got to look for somebody. They got to look for me. Y'all right. See Jay's on the roof. He's on the roof.
God dang it. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I've never been to Vegas to just go. I've been to Vegas to perform each time. First time I went to Vegas is when I was driving here from Chicago,
Yeah.
and we stopped in Vegas, did some shows overnight, boom.
Yeah.
And then the next time I was in Vegas was this past year, Juneteenth, when I literally flew in, got to the arena, did the show. As soon as the show was done, took off my gear, got my clothes, and ran to catch an Uber to go back to the airport to come back here because I had to work.
Oh wow.
So I haven't been to Vegas to be in Vegas. I haven't done Vegas. So we're supposed to do a nightclub or whatever. I'm supposed to do a nightclub on Saturday night. Lil Jon, we're supposed to do Hakkasan and Lil Jon's DJing. I'm supposed to go to a strip club on Friday night. And I'm like, I don't know for sure if I'm gonna do it because I'm not a strip club dude.
Right.
I'm not really a strip club guy.
Okay.
And so because to me, this is just me personally. I don't see the point for me paying money just to see you dance, to have you dance on me, and I can't fuck. And if I'm trying to fuck, like you get me horny and hard, and in order for me to fuck, I got to pay you even more. I'm good.
You know,
but other people who will do that, that's on them. They can do that. I don't have money to blow like that. I'm selling a PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have money to blow like that. So it is what it is when it comes to that. I might just because there's a real big comedy show called The Dirty at 12:30.
Okay.
And I may fuck around. So I know a bunch of people performing in Vegas this week. So if they go to the strip club that night, I don't have to technically go. I can just go to like 3-4 different comedy shows, hopefully get a spot on there and just like if I gotta work and do that, I don't mind. Strip clubs ain't for me.
I get what you're saying. No, I feel what you're saying.
It just ain't for me. Because again, or I guess, and also I've never had and again, this has always been about me being open and honest, and just whatever we talk about is just about me just, being raw with everybody in the squad. If I'm going to a strip club, I know a lot of people go to strip clubs, they spend their money, they get horny, et cetera, et cetera. They always have somebody to go to when it's all said and done.
Right.
Or if they're not, if they're not getting some in the club. I'm not paying for it. I'm just not. It's just not me. And I don't have nobody I'm going back to a room to. So why even put myself in that scenario?
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
because I got all my strip club energy out back in my 20s, and I'm like, now I look at it, it's like
that's another thing, nigga. I went to Harper. There were chicks that were stripping like professionally while I was in high school. So I'm like, I could see them regularly. There's nothing. The illusion is gone from me.
Right. So no, I get what you're on that. But yeah, I was checking out a couple more things. I checked out True Story on Netflix. That was dope. I like, man, Wesley and Kevin Hart, man.
Bro, they got to get Kevin Hart an award for this, some nominations or something. Because that man stepped completely out his role, out his comfort zone. Excuse me.
And even some of the supporting cast like Billy Zane and Theo Rossi, I'm like, damn.
Just that little part of Billy Zane,
right?
Just that little part of Billy Zane was, and like you said, Theo Rossi was amazing,
right?
But Billy Zane is in this much of it.
And with stuff that I've seen and read online about how he could have been a live action Lex Luthor, I'm like, yeah, maybe so. But with something like this, if they did want to still pull that trigger in some capacity,
you can pull it now.
Oh, yeah.
You can officially pull it with him.
Yes.
I have no qualms. I would have zero qualms with you telling me Billy Zane is Lex Luthor. I'm like, after watching that, because I think this is the darkest we've ever seen Billy Zane go.
Exactly.
And yeah.
No, I was gonna say I haven't seen him this dark since freaking Dead Calm with Nicole Kidman and Demon Knight.
Yeah, I think he went darker than Demon Knight.
Yeah.
He went darker than Demon Knight.
And what made it so bad, his character was just so cool and calm as a cucumber. He even had to raise his voice, get mad, nothing. It's like,
you're gonna send me this. You're gonna send me this $500,000 his account. You're gonna send it once a month for a year. If not, TMZ will have a field day. But I was like, Damn.
Right.
Nigga, Kevin Hart with who knew the charger cord was gonna be a MacGuffin to set up everything?
Man.
You trying to take from me?
Right. He's like, you're taking it. And legs kicking in the back of there. You're taking it.
But again, spoiler alert, it's already out, whatever.
Yeah.
To find out that his brother set him up.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
Because it did kind of seem, you don't think about it at first. But it did seem kind of weird. He was like, how does the brother know she's dead?
Right.
Unless he didn't came in there and tried to wake them up, et cetera, et cetera. And like he would, but like, oh shit. Like, nigga, I was like, and then like, how did you get rid of the body?
That was a trip, that part. And I was thinking about that through the whole time. I'm like, all right, how did they actually get rid of the body? And then when you later on see and find out what happened, it's like, ain't this some shit?
Because he's like, I can't fit the body. Break some bones, like he said. I was like,
right.
And I ain't gonna lie, at the end, I've not watched anything that has made me jump and wonder, like, oh my God, what's going to happen next in a very, very long time.
Exactly.
I haven't watched anything like that in a while. Because again, with Theo Rossi's Gene, I was like, yo, he deleted the video off the phone. Did it go to the cloud? Like shit like that. I'm thinking, right? I was expecting at the end the interview with Don Lemon to be like, yo, I got something I want to show you. And you'd be like, oh
man.
But it just played out. That's the only way you can do a sequel to it. It's got to be somebody knows.
Right.
And now this nigga is a full-on, like this nigga technically is a murderer now, but like.
Yeah. Oh, and shout out to Will Khaled, man. He did a damn good job as his bodyguard.
Because he was just real laid back. He was just like, he was just there.
Right.
But when it came down to it, it was like, oh.
Yeah.
He's like, no. You gonna pay me. And he was like, hey man, get that nigga his money. I was like, he's like, you gonna keep watching me too. And he's like, yeah, get that nigga his money. Hey, bro, I just was like, man.
Yeah. And not to sound like a dirty old man like that.
Too late.
Well, oh well. After watching the first 3 episodes of Hawkeye, Haley Steinfeld, between watching that and seeing her Instagram stuff, I'm like, damn it, girl, you need to stop being pretty.
Let me tell you something.
Don't stop being pretty.
Here's my problem I have with Hawkeye.
Okay.
You know what my problem is?
What
is the fans. I'm gonna tell you my problem with fans, and this has just been the thing ever since. With every Marvel show, they do this.
Yeah.
Stop comparing them.
Exactly.
Oh, Hawkeye's the most lowest watched show. Why is that? Yo, each show. Look, the MCU knows what it's doing.
Exactly.
Everybody's not gonna like everything. Again, it's Hawkeye. Everybody doesn't like fucking Hawkeye.
Right.
You're like, why aren't people really watching Hawkeye? Because he was one of the most least interesting characters ever. He even jokes about it. I'm here with a bow and arrow.
Yeah. I mean, he even puts himself in a meta capacity with conversations with other characters. It's like, hey, I'm just a normal dude running around with bow and arrow. I'm friends with a guy who's a super soldier, a man who's a techno wizard, somebody who could turn green when he get pissed off. So it's like,
I'm just here.
Right.
Basically. Like, I'm here. Dog, the fact that I posted this on Twitter because one of my buddies, Matt Elfring, he works for Comic Bond, I think it is. He was like, yo, can we stop with all the speculation, rumor shit, and let shit play out? I said, I agree. I said, I kind of want, because, everybody's like, Vincent D'Onofrio's and the Kingpin's in it, which more than likely he is.
Right.
With the Charlie Cox announcement pretty much lets you know.
Solidifies it.
It pretty much, D'Onofrio's here because it only makes sense. We're in New York, right? You kind of need a Kingpin. And at this point, you can't just, it only makes sense to bring back the Kingpin everybody knows.
Right.
I get it. But I kind of want nobody to show up just to watch motherfuckers lose their mind.
Right. Be like, he's supposed to kill it. He's supposed to... Like, that's what
Was
y'all
he?
get.
Because Fuzzy was a bear. Like, was he?
Right.
Like, again, yes, Echo is his stepdaughter, or his aunt, his niece, because that's your uncle. Remember your uncle, and everybody's like, hold that hand. And of course, like, but hey, remember, just like in WandaVision, Quicksilver was just a Ralph Boner was just a fucking red herring.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it is, just because like, yes, I would love to have all this connect, but all these clickbait articles just to, I guess, because I'm in this industry and see it so much, it's like, it's ridiculous. Like, I get it, you want clicks, and whatever gets clicks, and
Like prime example is well, clickbait. I don't know if it is actual clickbait article or not, but I'm seeing articles about how Barenthal is turning down not doing Punisher in the MCU because he doesn't want to be family friendly. He's like,
which is cool. I get it.
Right. And it's like, even if that was the case, I mean, common sense would say move it to Hulu so he can do what he does.
Right.
But who knows? Who knows?
All right, man. Got it. Oh, did you watch Raw?
No, I didn't. I was gonna watch the highlights and stuff after I got off here with you.
Wasn't much.
Oh, wasn't that much to it. Oh, real quick, because since we got it on the mind, did you happen to check out War Games or no?
I did.
So Gargano is pretty much done with NXT and WWE, or what they gonna do with him? Not that if anybody does or doesn't care, because they made a big deal as his last run or his last match.
It depends on what he says.
Okay.
It depends on what he says. Like, unless they low key have kept real quiet, he's re-signed.
Right.
Because here's the problem.
Okay.
The only place he can go where he would have a chance to shine is Impact.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, Kyle O'Reilly going to AEW, yeah, okay. But at the same time, look, if y'all just wanted ROH all over again, just say that.
Right. And it's like, I don't need Undisputed Era 2.0 in AEW. I just don't.
Because again, what's going to happen to all these originals that they don't re-sign their contracts? They don't renew their contracts. I just want everybody to have that same, because Marco Stunt gone, Joey Janela gone, Sonny Kiss gone, right?
Big
Pretty
Swole.
cool. Big Swole. Well, she her Chromes made her had to leave. That's understandable.
Yeah, I understand
that's a health issue. But I'm just talking about the originals that they were building this company up around.
Right.
That they pushed to dark and elevation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, you're building them up for TV time. Fuck that. Stop giving me that. That was the purpose of them being on AEW Dynamite.
Exactly.
Yes, I get it. You want to have all this different talent on these different shows. And I get, yes, everybody can't be on the main shows. Fine. But every time somebody gets released from WWE, y'all trying to hurry up and get them there because Tony Khan wants to get them. If I'm Gargano, look, either A, I go to the main roster, just play around there till my baby gets born, because he got to take time off anyway.
Right, exactly.
See, that's another thing people forget. He's about to have to take some time off.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves till after the baby's a couple of months and then comes back.
Right.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
But again, because if he goes, Ciampa's on his way out too.
Yeah. And I don't see this championship run of his lasting in long anytime soon anyway.
It's just long enough till they can either A, decide that if they're going to finally give it to Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem is, if you give it to Braun Breaker, you've officially, so this is my theory.
Okay.
You give it to Braun, you got to hopefully give Ciampa a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of doing it, you need to figure out who you're going to set up next in line. Because now, unless it's Ridge Holland? Because you're not going LA Knight.
Because I was about to say Ridge, he on SmackDown now.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The original SmackDown. My bad.
Sheamus or whatever. Yeah.
My apology. I forgot about that.
No, that's cool.
So who's there? Dexter fucking Loomis?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
You're not making Dexter Loomis a champ.
Hell no.
LA Knight, you don't believe in him enough. You just happy you got Eli Drake.
Yeah.
That's why you gave him $1 million belt. You don't give a fuck about that belt.
Nope. Sure no, no.
Now Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams are money. But Carmelo is North American champ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. If you're gonna repackage everything and you're gonna a complete rebrand, I get it. Because the only reason, like I said, yes, Joe was gonna be that dude to hold it. And again, you gotta wait till Joe comes back. If he comes back, is Joe released?
I thought he was released, but then again, could be wrong.
I'm like, was he in that group? Hold on, because like that nigga got released while he was hurt. That's just, let me see. Samoa Joe released? Nope. He was released in April, but he's brought back, of course. Because he's came back.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing. Let me see. Samoa Joe contract. Because contract status. Yeah, because last update they got is like in September, excuse me.
Okay.
So there's nothing really. It's like, again, does Joe come back to because if I'm Joe, I stay on NXT. Yeah. Do not put me on this main roster no more.
Right, exactly.
Don't I'm good.
Get shit with him on me.
I'm good. Yeah. His original deal was an NXT deal.
Right.
Don't tease, I'm getting these title runs and I never do it. Nah, I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. So the thing is, if you drop it to Ciampa, if you had Ciampa drop the belt, the only person you technically gonna have him drop it to is Braun Breaker.
Mm.
All right, just gonna get to a point. I get Braun says he said in interviews, quote unquote, the reason he's Braun Breaker because he wants to establish his own legacy. Nigga, you might as well suck it up and just acknowledge you do everything your father and uncle do.
Right.
You did a whole Frankensteiner, bro. You did a whole uncle version of a Frankensteiner standing there.
And be doing suplexes like your daddy.
Barking like your daddy.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well just go ahead and accept it.
Be like, hey, fuck Braun Breaker, I'm Rex Steiner.
Rex Steiner is okay. Your whole name is Rex Steiner. Nah. All right, bro. Let me get ready to get up out of here so I can finish getting ready for Blurs.
All right.
In a couple hours and look at this box and cry.
Man, like I said, when do I jump on myself, brother.
Look, man, listen. I paid my. Let me tell you something. I cried already when I paid my rent because I had to go into the savings. Because again, I don't know how to. So the extra income from the freelance gig was the rent money because we were on a net 30 schedule. So like 30 days after I got it. So if I do. So anything I would do, so if I did October, right, the end of October, I got paid the end of November. The end of November would pay December's rent. So if I did November, I get paid the end of December. December would pay January's rent and so on and so forth. So now I'm like, oh, let's go, Jesus. All right, bro, tell the people how they can find you, send you love, well wishes, all that good stuff, positive vibes and energy and more.
Hit me up on Chauncey C. Woodson on Facebook. Also hit me up on Instagram on CCW_78. As well as Chauncey in Chat Live. That's CHAUNCINE Chat Live. I talk about some movie-ish or whatever. Took a little break, of course, obvious personal reasons. But I'm going to jump back on it for these next couple of weeks and hit you hard for 2022. You can also hit me up on Chauncey_Prime on Twitter. Going to use that more. And, of course, I got Chauncey in Chat Live going on YouTube also. Gonna be hitting you with some new videos pretty soon.
Yes, indeed. Make sure you check up with them. Y'all already know where you can find me because you're here. So with that being said, if this is your first one you watch of the month or the last one you watch for the month, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, Merry Kwanzaa, be safe. Holla at y'all. I'm out.